In Things Fall Apart, Christian missionaries are depicted in two different ways, each by a separate character. These two characters are Mr. Brown and Mr. Smith. Mr. Brown was the first leader of the missionaries, who came and introduced new ways of life to the villages, such as new medicine and new religion. The name Brown is a very symbolic name, as it implies Mr. Brown was closer to the blacks, both in color and as a person. Throughout the novel, the reader grows to like Mr. Brown. He is treated as a savior to the tribe. He spends hours helping out around the village and personally handles any problems that the people have. He is depicted as a very helpful and empathetic person. On the other hand, Mr. Smith, who was Mr. Brown's successor, was almost the opposite. He saw more of a black and white outlook on things. The black was evil. Instead of recognizing everyone as equal, Mr. Smith also did not compromise. When he wanted something that he wasn't getting, he would not talk the matter out peacefully. Instead, he would use force to get his way with the village members. Overall, the book treats the Christian missionaries in two different ways. Mr. Brown comes into the village with hospitals and new medicine and provides help to the village, which gains their trust. Then as soon as Mr. Smith gains control, things turn right around and he starts taking advantage of the villagers' trust and even putting some of the men in prison, forcing them to do vigorous labor while beating them. That's why, toward the end of the book, the missionaries are looked at as the villains, because when the book ends, Mr. Smith is still in control. Now, if you were to look at the missionaries from Okonkwo's point of view, they would always be portrayed as bad. Even when Mr. Brown was in control, Okonkwo and a few others in the village were opposed to him being there. This eventually leads to Okonkwo and the others going to attack the missionaries, only to fail and be captured by Mr. Smith, thus leading to the further belief that he is the villain in the story.